As we head into the heart of the holiday season and winter officially approaches, we're here to help you navigate everything from travel chaos to keeping your pets cozy. Joining us now with the top tips is Senior Director of Content Operations from BestReviews.com, Jacob Palmer. Always good to see you.
Jess, thanks for having me. I do have bad news. The cold weather is coming, so let's try to get as prepared for as we can.
We do need to get prepared. You know, there's no avoiding it, so let's get prepared. Let's start with some holiday travel, though. The holidays are here. That means holiday travel is crazy. What do we need to know?
Okay, so there's a few, like it's a checklist, right? You know you're going on a trip, so go through the checklist. The first one is think about where you're going and think about everything.
Okay.
So of course, if you're going somewhere freezing that has snow and slush on the ground, you're gonna want the right footwear, you're gonna want the right coat, but you're also gonna want the right skincare products as well, because no matter, if you live in a warmer climate and you're going somewhere colder, that's gonna be pretty nasty, and you wanna be able to make sure that you've got the right skincare products so that you feel moisturized and that you don't come back feeling like a totally different person. That's number one.
Okay.
Number two is get ready to navigate TSA.
Yeah.
There have been some changes, and I know for a lot of people that don't travel all the time, you wouldn't really know it, but now, even if you're taking a domestic flight, you need to have the real ID to be able to get on your plane. So you either need that or a passport. So that's the other one. I've seen people get kind of stuck in a bad spot with this before, and I don't want you to be the one to negotiating your way through TSA, because it's no fun for anybody.
Absolutely.
And now number three is making sure that you've got all these things, you've got it all laid out, you've got your moisturizers over here, your everything else you need, all your clothes, your socks, everything else over there. Use the packing cube, because for what's happening now over the next 2 weeks is there's going to be longer trips, and with longer trips you need to be more efficient, because again, when we talk about the airport, we talk about how much more expensive it is to fly, and one of the main drivers of that is going to be the luggage fees.
Yes.
So by using the packing cube, and I'm talking about, you can get these for $10, $15, a whole pack of them, that is going to allow you to be so much more efficient in how you pack your bags, that all of our travel experts that we use at BestReviews.com, they all absolutely swear by this. No matter how fancy your luggage is, no matter how new it is, it can still be improved by getting a packing cube.
Yes, and when you have the packing cubes, the next thing you need is the right kind of luggage. So what do we need when it comes to that?
So we've been testing a bunch of them, and so one of the things that really has advanced recently is how smooth they glide. And so that's the number one. The number two is how much capacity do they have on the inside. A lot of these brands, where it's either Away or Base or Briggs & Riley, they will have a lot of, kind of bells and whistles. But at the end of the day, we didn't find that much of a difference between them, as long as you're buying in that price range. So if you want to buy in that price range of the Samsonites or the brands I just mentioned, you're basically going to get something that's super efficient, and you'll still want the packing cubes, but super efficient.
Yeah.
But you can find some hidden gems as well, and if you go to BestReviews.com, we have that all laid out for you with the best of the best for those who don't care what it costs, as well as the best bang for the buck for those who want to find those hidden gems.
Okay, I have to pat myself on the shoulder for when it comes to packing. I can fit 2 weeks in a carry-on, and it literally comes down to the packing cubes and the right carry-on that has the compartments that you need. But I live in a no checked luggage household, so it all comes down to the packing cubes, and it's amazing what you can fit in there.
I legitimately think if you want to start a side hustle, you could do a whole tutorial for how to get people to be able to go travel like that, because that's a real skill.
All right, well, we got to talk about our pets, because it's getting colder, and so what do we need to know when it comes to pets and their safety and everything they need when it's cold?
Yeah, so number one is you want to make sure that they're safe at all times. This is a conversation that we try to have twice a year, once before it gets really hot, once before it gets really cold. So if you're traveling somewhere where it's really cold, you're going to want to make sure that you're limiting their time outside, because that is going to be something that is going to create the best outcomes for you. And one thing is that not all pets self-regulate. So that some will come in and say, I've had enough. Others won't, and so that's where you need to make sure that you're reading the signs and also just looking at the watch and knowing, okay, it's time to get inside.
Yes.
Number two is you want to get the coats in some kind of outer layer, especially for when it dips down under, say 50, 45 degrees, especially if you have a short-haired dog. Those are going to be the ones that they're going to let you know it, because they'll be shivering, and that makes you extremely, extremely sad. And so then lastly, what we have here is we have for the cats, we want to make sure that they are also being safe inside. And then for all pets, whether they're, so with the cats, safe outside, meaning if you see them under your car, or if you honestly maybe even check the engine, because sometimes they can sneak in there. And then for all pets, whether they're dogs or cats, we recommend the paw balm. home because so many of them hate the boots so much, and you want them to be safe when they're in really frigid temperatures.
Okay, I have a kitten, 2 of them actually, that are always underneath my car. Like I feel like they just like my car, but they're really just keeping warm, right?
Yes, and you always want to make sure you check for it because that's like one of the scariest things, I think.
Every single time I do, I'm like, get out, kitty, like making sure it's gone. But yes, Jacob, these are all such great tips as we head into travel and keeping our pets warm as it's getting colder, so thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yes. To learn more, you can head to BestReviews.com, and Best Reviews is owned by our parent company, Nexstar. To learn more about their products, you can also scan the QR code that you see right there on your screen.